If you've been wanting to start a YouTube channel but something keeps stopping you, this video might resonate. Maybe you've been planning for months, even years. Maybe you've watched every tutorial. Maybe you know exactly what to say, but you can't seem to hit record. The gap between wanting to create and actually starting, it's real. And it's not because you're not ready. It's not because you don't have the right equipment or the perfect idea. It's something else, something deeper, a perspective, a mindset, a way of thinking that keeps you stuck. And what if that could change? Today I want to share 5 mind shifts that helped me finally upload. Not because they are the answer, but they could light the way forward for you as they did for me. Because here's what I'm learning. My first videos aren't about getting views. They're about becoming someone who makes them anyway. And to get to this moment where I'm finally hitting upload, I had to work through some things. So let's get into it. Maybe you're in a similar place. You want to start a YouTube channel. You've been thinking about it for months, maybe years. You've watched every tutorial on how to grow on YouTube, how the YouTube algorithm works, how to reach 1,000 subscribers. You think you're ready, but somewhere along the way, hesitation creeps in. Maybe you freeze when you're trying to hit record. Maybe you never even turn the camera on. Maybe you're stuck researching the perfect equipment, rewriting your first script for the 10th time, or watching yet another tutorial before you feel ready. Everyone gets stuck in different ways, but the gap is the same. There's this space between where you are now and where you want to be. And instead of filling that gap with logical steps, plan, write, record, edit, upload, on repeat, we fill it with fear, worry, doubt, discouragement, frustration, on repeat, when it should be filled with methodical, logical thoughts. So here are the 5 mind shifts that are helping me work through that gap. The first mind shift is this. I used to think, what if I don't get views? Now I'm learning to ask, how can I get better with each video? Because here's the thing, views don't build skills. Repetition does. When you're starting out, you have 0 experience making videos. You don't know how long editing takes or what your on-camera presence looks like. If your pacing is too slow, your voice is too quiet, or your lighting is weird. And you can't learn that by just watching tutorials. You learn that by doing it. Your first videos will be rough. Mine are as well. And by my 10th video, I will probably look back at this video and see all the mistakes I've made. And that's how it should be. Because I'm not trying to make a viral video. I'm trying to become someone who makes videos consistently. And the only way to do that is to focus on repetition, not results. Every video will teach you something. How long planning takes, how long recording takes, how long editing takes, what feels natural, what feels forced. But here's what your early videos are really for. Metrics. When I upload this video, I'm not going to obsess about the view count. I'm going to look at the analytics. Where did people drop off? What does the retention curve tell me? How's the click-through rate? Because that data teaches me how I work on YouTube. And after 20, 30 videos, I'll have a completely different understanding of this platform than I do right now. The algorithm doesn't know me yet either. YouTube has no idea who should see this video. It doesn't know my niche, my style, my audience. So it will test this video with a small group of people. And if they don't engage, YouTube will assume it's not good. But that doesn't necessarily mean this video is bad. It could also be that the YouTube algorithm doesn't really know where to show it yet. The algorithm needs consistency, multiple videos, multiple signals about who clicks, who watches, who subscribes. So if this video bombs, that's YouTube learning. That's me learning. And slowly, if I keep showing up, the YouTube algorithm will figure out, eventually, where I belong. And over to the second mind shift. There's a saying I keep coming back to. You can't learn to swim by reading books about the ocean. You have to get into the ocean to learn how to swim. And that's the same with YouTube. I've spent months, even years, on the sideline. I was going to have the perfect setup, the perfect angle, everything mapped out. And nothing happened. Because I was stuck in analysis paralysis. Thinking, rethinking, overthinking. Is this good enough? Is this how they do it? Is this the right way? All that thinking kept me out of the water. You can pay thousands of dollars for a course on how to grow on YouTube. But if you don't actually get in the water, That course is just a theory. It's someone else's experience. You need your own. So the mind shift is simple enough. Stop studying and start doing. The meaning by that is to see if you can go from an idea to working on it to finish it into a final product. Write something, then record it, then edit it. And if you're brave enough, upload it. See what happens. Because the only way to really understand YouTube is to be on YouTube. Not watching it, but doing it. And over to the third mind shift. This one's about expectations. Because wrong expectations kill momentum before you even start. And here's what happens. You spend hours on your video, maybe days. Your editing looks great, your title looks great, your thumbnail looks great, everything feels right. And then you upload it and nothing. 10 views, maybe less, no comments, no engagement. And suddenly you start to think, maybe I'm not cut out for this. But here's the truth, you set yourself up for that feeling. You had unrealistic expectations based on zero experience. Think about when you were a baby, when you learned to walk. How many chances were you given? 5 times? 10 times? No. You fell hundreds of times. And you didn't sit there looking through a baby-friendly picture book learning how to walk. You just kept trying. And that's how humans learn. We try, we fail, we try again. But with YouTube, we suddenly think we need to nail it on the first try. And when we don't, we quit. And then there are those who haven't gotten that far, who are out there trying to align everything first to make it perfect before they publish. So the risk of failing becomes smaller. They keep pushing that needle further and further in front of them until the journey of making everything perfect becomes so overwhelming that they never upload at all. So the mind shift is this. Your first videos aren't supposed to succeed. They're supposed to teach you. Your 10th video might not get traction either, and that's okay. That's not failure, that's data. Stop expecting overnight success. Start expecting gradual improvement. And over to the fourth mindset, and this one's the real buzzkill for most people trying to make their own YouTube channels. And probably the one thing that's going to echo through all my videos here on YouTube. And that is limiting beliefs. What if I don't get views? What if people judge me? What if I don't get subscribers? What if they laugh? I don't look good on camera. I don't have the right equipment. I'm not skilled enough. I have no experience editing. These are just a few limiting beliefs out of probably millions. But do they sound familiar to you? These thoughts aren't protecting you. They're holding you back. And here's the thing, they come from somewhere deep. Our ancestors needed fear to survive. Behind every bush was danger. Fear kept them alive. But now, today in the modern world, those survival instincts aren't protecting you from the same danger. They're protecting you from embarrassment, from failure, from rejection, from judgment. And that's killing your dreams before they even start. So I had to shift my thinking. Instead of asking, what if people judge me? I'm asking, how can I make content that feels authentic to me? Instead of asking, what if I'm not good enough? I'm asking, how can I improve with each video? Instead of asking, what if I don't reach 1,000 subscribers? I'm asking, how can I connect with the people who do watch? Because here's a quote that helped me. Everybody you admire was once a beginner. Every creator you look up to started messy, with probably worse equipment than you have right now, with limiting beliefs, and still they chose to upload. Your camera is good enough, your phone is good enough, you are good enough. Oh, sorry to interrupt, but if you have watched so far and this resonates, why don't you hit that like button? It will mean a lot to me, and it will help me reach out to more like-minded people who find themselves in similar situations. And if you hit that subscribe button, you won't miss what comes next. That's it, over to the video. And here's the fifth and final mind shift, and probably the most important for me going forward. I know this video might not get views, and if it doesn't, I need to understand what that means. Not that I'm not good enough, but that I need to focus on progress, not performance. Because here's what I've noticed. I've seen so many small channels out there. Channels with low subscriber counts, low views, 3, 4, 5 videos. Then nothing. Silence. dead channels, dormant channels. And I wonder what happened. Were they discouraged because their videos didn't get views? Because they didn't get subscribers? Did they tie their worth to those numbers and quit when the validation didn't come? And I don't want to be one of those channels. So the mind shift I'm working on is this. My worth has nothing to do with my view count or how many subscribers I have. This video is not a reflection of my value. It's a reflection of where I am right now, at the beginning. And if it gets low views, that's not failure. That's data. It tells me where to improve, what to adjust, how to get better. The question becomes, am I getting better? Am I learning? Am I improving my editing, my presence, my scripting? That's what I need to focus on. Because if I focus on progress, I'll stay consistent. I'll keep uploading even when views are low, even when engagement is weak, even when it feels like nobody cares. Because I care about getting better. And here's what happens when you stay consistent. Your skills improve, your content improves, and slowly the audience finds you. But they can't find you if you quit after 3 videos because your ego got bruised. So that's the mind shift. Check my ego, focus on progress, not performance, and stay consistent long enough until the YouTube algorithm and your audience actually finds you. So let me come back to the gap I mentioned earlier, the space between where you are and where you want to be. We're all driven by ego in some way, and that's not a bad thing. We want to create a YouTube channel because we have something to say or something to share. But at the same time, we don't want to fail, right? So that creates some kind of conflict, a gap. And as I said earlier, instead of filling that gap with methodical and logical thoughts and steps, instead we fill it with thoughts and emotions that works against us. So the question is, what are you filling your gap with? Are you asking, what if I fail? Or are you asking, how can I improve? Are you asking, what if nobody watches? Or how can I make better content? Are you asking, what if I'm not good enough? Or how can I get better with each video? That shift from what if to how can change everything. So here's my question for you. What's one thing you can do today to move forward? Is it to record a small video, write a piece of a script, practice setting up your lights, setting up your studio setup? Practice something that moves you forward. Just take one step, because your first videos don't have to be perfect. They just have to exist. So that's it for this video. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye. If you've been wanting, this is the first line of the script, and I'm botching it already. If you look. Maybe you're stuck making videos. You don't know how long editing takes. Your feel. The only end up unrealistic expectation. And this fly, get away. And over to the fourth month and over to the that. These are just a few limiting beliefs out of probably. So I had to. Can you say it? It's my worth and not. Oh, that's difficult. So the mind shift I'm working on is this. My worth has nothing. Boom! I got it.